Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Blessings to everyone. It is always said from one generation to the next generation that the generation before was in a way better than the one we have now. No? And it's difficult to evaluate, of course. But one thing we can say clearly, and this is that the amount of depression, the amount of fears, the amount of confusion has been less in the previous generations, especially before technology entered so strong. And one of the reasons is the way we move now. It is the first time that the majority of people do not anymore walk or take a horse or take a bicycle to pass distances, but we take machines that bring us from one place to the other without any effort from our body. And this moving through space in a higher speed also creates a lot of difficulties in our lives. And most of us, we are not aware. So there is a saying in the Sufi tradition that when you walk every day 20 kilometers, your life is without any problem. Yeah. Now, of course, 20 kilometers is really a distance, and why this is 20 kilometers, why it has been coming like this in our tradition. And that has to do with the person of Jesus, peace be upon him. Most people don't know that Jesus was really a walker. Yeah. He walked incredible distances every day. He walked around 5, 6, 7 hours every single day. And he was very famous for that. And this is why you read in the stories of Jesus that he came to this place, to this place, to this place. Well, how did he come at that time? He was not having a horse, this we know. Yeah. And so he was walking. Yeah. He was walking. And after that, Paulus, which is one of the people, they say that he was covering a distance about 1.5 million kilometers, also mainly by walking or maybe on the donkey, probably not so much on a horse because this was expensive, right? So we do not walk enough. And I can promise you one thing. Before you start always to look into yourself psychologically, what am I having? What is my problem? What is my situation? And so on and so on. Take a walk. Take a walk not less than 1 hour and then see the problem again. And you will see it in a very different angle, in a very different way. Yeah. The same is that in the old times, when someone lives in an area of a mountains, for example, they would say, if you need to find out what's going on with you, go up in the mountain. Yeah. Because also the altitude makes a big difference how we look at things, right? And any one of you who has made the effort to go not up a hill, but a mountain, let's say 2,000 meters, 3,000 meters, you will experience this effect very strong, right? The same would be if you live in a desert zone, then the advice would be go into the desert, go deep in the desert, and you will find a different way to look at things. If you live in the forest or near the forest, go in the forest. And that means you use an effect that nature has, and this is the effect of neutrality. Yeah. When you stay static, when you are not moving, then you have these forces that they run against each other. Yeah. And this is what we experience when we just sit. Yeah. We don't have the moving force. When we move, we have a moving force, and this moving force, this moving part in us is a kind of neutral thing. Yeah. So when that force is not there, but we are moving, be it in a car, be it in a plane, in a train, and so on, something negative is happening to us. Yeah. Something difficult to control, to really see things is happening. There is one difference, and this is the plane. Yeah. And because of its attitude. When you go up in the plane, you can see that people have different dreams, different thoughts, different ways to look at their life. And usually it's easier for them. They have more hope, more confidence, and so on. Yeah. But the moment the plane lands, you can feel, when you observe yourself, there is a kind of depression. Yeah. There's a kind of thing that you arrive, and you arrived in this weird way of taking a long distance without physical effort. Yeah. And that has never happened before, you see. There was always this constancy, this constant way of lifestyle, you can say, that never changed really a lot. Yeah. But then came technology, and we can say now every 20 years, our whole world turns around from A to Z. And we need to consider those things. No one talks about that. No one really speaks it because it is somehow hidden. Yeah. But it is a very important thing to understand. Yeah. So try it out. Yeah. Try it out and see what happens to you if you start to walk longer. Yeah. And what it will do to your emotional system, to your mental system, to your physical system. For sure, it is very beneficial. Yeah. It benefits everything, actually. Yeah. Because our problems are first generated by the body. Yeah. All the problems we have are all the physical problems, are all the located in the body. We have physical desires. Where do they lead us? We have desires for luxury. What is it? It is also physical desires, isn't it? Yeah. Then we have desires for power. That is a different thing, and has to be treated differently. But the first ones for pleasure, yeah, sexual pleasure, luxury pleasure, yeah, all those are connected to the physical body, right? So when the physical body is not moved enough, especially by walking, yeah, not in the gym, because this is also kind of static thing, but in a harmonious way, walking is for everyone natural, then you will see what is happening to you. Try it out and make your experiences. Yeah. It's without costs. It will enhance your physical health, mental health, and emotional health. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.